want to share with you today a very easy to understand, a very easy to implement, yet very, very powerful goal setting and goal achieving tool. Now this tool works because it takes advantage of our reward-centric mindset. This mindset is inbuilt into us, and most of us humans use it every day, or we are used by it every day is another way to look at it. But we are going to hack the system. We're going to take this mindset and we're going to use it for our advantage. So examples of how it's already being used with us, for us, or even against us is if you go to work, you work and you receive a payment for that work. And that payment is used then to take care of yourself and your family, to buy a home, get a car, pay your bills. So the reward for your work is the money that you get so that you can maintain a certain lifestyle. Now on the other hand, we are also motivated in the opposite way. There are things that we will do in order to avoid things that we don't want, such as if you know that a certain area of the highway is patrolled by the police or state troopers, you will probably slow down in that area so that you do not get a ticket. Okay, so you do the work, you decide in this area, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to go really, really slow, I'm going to go 5 under the speed limit, and then chances of you getting a ticket are very low. So we're going to take advantage of this mindset. Now here's how this works. Instead of thinking of your goal as a goal to be achieved, I want you to think of your goal as a reward that you will receive when you accomplish the miniature goals to get you to that reward. Here's what I mean by that. So I look at this object, this thing I want to achieve as the reward. When I do that, my mindset flips. It switches into this mode that says, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this reward. I want that reward. What do I need to do to get that reward? If it's hard, I'm still going to do it because I value that reward. Then I think, well, I want that reward. What do I need to do? I look at the goals or the steps I need to take in order to achieve this reward. So I will make a plan that has different steps that get me closer and closer and closer to this reward. So that as I achieve a goal, these miniature goals, I can see that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to achieving that reward. So here's an example. Back in the mid-90s, early to mid-90s, I decided after training for about 4 years that I was going to become a black belt by the end of the following year. By December of 1995, I decided I'm going to be a black belt. I'm going to become a black belt. At the time, I was a green belt. So that's a green belt's about middle, right in between white belt where you start and black belt. So I was right in the middle. So I decided, here's what I'm going to do. I spoke with my instructor and I received the test guide. So it was basically just one sheet of paper that told me everything I needed to know on the test. So the following summer of '95, when school was out, I finished all my finals, I got home, I got busy on making a plan to achieve this reward, my first degree black belt. So I took out a big calendar. Okay, back then this was all handwritten, nothing was digital for me at that time. I wrote out what I would do every day based on the test guide, what I needed to do every day to get me closer to this reward. So I mapped out the days, the weeks, and there was probably about 2 months of work that I put on this calendar. As I did that, I saw that if I did this Monday and Wednesday, this Tuesday, Thursday, and this on Saturdays, and then if I rested on Sundays, I saw that every week my skill would improve and I would get closer and closer to being ready to take that test. And I would get closer and closer to receiving that reward of black belt. Now there were things that I had been doing, of course, 4 years previous to that, but for this test it was very important that I understood exactly, number one, what I needed to achieve that reward of black belt, and number two, how to get there. So this plan that I made as much detail as possible. I made sure that I understood what I was going to do on what day, and I also made sure that I actually did that work on that day. Now, things came up. I remember I injured my foot, very minor injury, but it was enough to slow me down a bit. So I worked around that. Other issues came up, but because I had a plan, I was able to adjust and get back on track or stay on track to achieve my first degree black belt. And the rest is history. As you can see, I am a black belt, and that test sticks in my mind because it was probably, of all the black belt tests and previous color belt tests that I had taken, that test was probably the best test ever. When I got there that weekend for that test, and it was test time near the end of the weekend, I knew I could do it. And I killed that test. It was, again, probably my best test. And I credit a lot of that to the plan that I made. My mindset switched, and I went from this is my goal to this is the reward for achieving all these little goals that are necessary in order for me to take that black belt test and receive the reward of becoming a black belt. So if you are interested in this method, it's actually pretty easy as I explained, but to make it even easier, I've created 2 documents for you. One is a short form to help you understand what you want to achieve, and then the steps or the goals that you need to achieve to conquer in order to receive that reward. And then I also created a longer form which gives you more detail. If you are interested in that, if you would like those free documents, then check out the description. There's a link where you can sign up for our email list, our non-spammy email list, and I will send those to you as quickly as possible. Now, also, when you join that list, you will receive emails periodically about new videos and about new websites that I'm working on that will be launched very soon. Those websites are designed to help take you to another level. Just as if you implement this goal setting method, it will take you to another level. Okay? So if you're interested, check out the description. Make sure that you subscribe using that link. And until next time,